Hello, this is Benjamin with ARI, your website company. This is video 2 in a 3-part series called Tips and Tricks. This video's focus will be reworking the links that you have on your homepage to better serve your customers. To get started, let's talk about some of the changes that I made. We'll jump over to my site, and we're going to work from the top of the page down to the bottom. All of these changes were based on feedback that I got from dealers like yourselves and some of my own research and information. The first thing that I got feedback on was my logo. Originally, this logo did not look so great. It had a white large border around it, and it was slightly blurry looking. And the logo's appearance didn't really fit the look and feel of the site. I made a new logo from scratch and then learned how to reformat the image so that background, that white border, would not be behind it. You can see I have the name of my business, Ben's Power Sports, and then I have my main things that I do. We have a snowflake and a sun, representing that I sell both equipment for winter and summer. And of course, the original focus of this site was to sell high-performance Yamaha snowmobiles. So I have a simple rendering of the front of one of those snowmobiles here. It looks much better. The second piece of feedback that I got from dealers was the text that you have for your address and phone number is small, so it's hard to read. The font is not great, and the color that you've chosen makes it really hard to read. So for anybody that is vision impaired, or even not vision impaired, it makes it hard to read. So I changed the font, I upped the font size, and changed the color back to white. All of these simple changes made it much easier to read. The search bar area. I had similar difficulty with the maps and hours. The font that I was using, the color that I was using, and size of font were all changed to the same as what I have for my phone number and address, making it easier to read. The social media coin for Facebook. Originally, it was your classic Facebook F with that blue border. I didn't think it looked very good and it stood out too much. So I simply used a monochrome version of that logo that's built into the CMS editor and just changed the setting. I feel that it looks better and is more fitting of the site. Then I changed the hint that is in the search bar. Now I wanted something that would really grab your attention but not be completely weird or odd looking. So I finally decided on the text that says search for your dream machine, which implies that, hey, you're not just searching for another vehicle to use or another piece of equipment to use during your spare time or to do work. You're looking for something that's going to fit your needs perfectly. I decreased the overall height of the header area from the top of the page down to these navigation points. Now I'm going to do a deeper dive on the navigation points in the later part of this video, but for now let's just go through the ones that I've added. Basically everything from home all the way over to the left side of the page I added in. Now, when you're doing one of these sites, you really need to figure out what your focus is. Look at what your bread and butter is of your business. Figure out what is selling well and create specialized links to direct that. Now, these links can be created and push traffic towards e-commerce, new equipment, used equipment. If you are selling equipment for other people, other private individuals, it can be redirected, making pretty simple changes and reworking the links to direct people in a new direction and direct them more towards already popular selling units, types of equipment, or industries that you want to push them to. Next, in the hero shot area, which is of course just this picture of this very fast, very hot-rodded Yamaha snowmobile, I eventually determined that I had too many offers. So what I did is I took the top selling piece of equipment, if you will, from each one of these industries that I set up here and added in an offer for each one. Now, as far as the formatting goes for these offers, you can have them be the condensed width like you see here. You can have it be condensed with center over to the left, all the way over to the right, or you can have it full width of the page all the way from the left to the right. After simply trying those and doing a little bit of guess and check, I determined that I think visually this looks the best while still conveying the image that I want. A newer way that you can display these offers, and it would involve contacting either your implementation specialist or your account manager. If you simply want to have the hero shot there and not have these offers interrupt it, you can have it that once the page loads and the customer begins to scroll down and they hit the border that you see in between the hero shot and the CTA section, you can have a small credit card size or business card size pop-up that pops up right here. I have a tendency not to like that, but it's purely up to you and how you want your site to look. Next thing I did is I went down to the CTAs. Now, the original focus of this site was selling new and used Yamaha snowmobiles, as I said. I looked around for different pictures, tried to rework the text in these 3 CTAs, and I couldn't honestly find anything that was better. I eventually determined that it didn't need to be changed. So I kept the picture of the race jacket that you have from Yamaha in that classic blue and white for the parts and apparel. For the services, I kept the high-performance Rotac engine and one of the newer sleds in an action shot from Yamaha for the in-stock new and used inventory. I took the product groups and completely wiped out what was originally there. The first product group I decided to dedicate to top sellers. I simply took a machine for each one of these industries that is known to be in the US to be hot sellers, added an example of each one for each industry. Then for my second product group, I took an idea from one of my dealers that was given to me from down in central Georgia. He goes, one of the product groups that I set up that actually is helping us to sell a lot of units is a product group called Our Favorites. The idea and thinking behind this is you take equipment that either someone on your staff currently owns or has owned in the past that they found to be of really good quality or really fun and add it to this Our Favorites. Now, the reason that these sell, according to this dealer, is because you have someone on your staff that has owned one of these, has worked on it themselves, has had firsthand experience, their enthusiasm and knowledge when you go to sell these comes through in a big way. I reworked the logos in simply a pattern of most selling units in the US to least selling, and because the top 3 that I have here I found conflicting numbers based on the site and the source, I eventually just said, well, I know that these are somehow the top 3 and just ordered them in the way that I thought I liked them. The welcome paragraph I have yet to rework, but essentially what I'm going to do is state the name of my business, where you can find me, the types of equipment that I sell, put in some more, a few of my top selling brands with hyperlinks directly to the machine's information, say why I am a necessary and good part of my community, how long I've been around, and a particular service that makes me different and sets me apart from the dealers that surround me in my local area. I'm going to try to limit it to somewhere between 4 and 6 sentences, a very short paragraph, and try to make it sound as organic as possible. And try not to make it sound like a late night infomercial or machine created, if you will. The footer, again, all I did was up the size of the font, change the color to a more readable color, just flat white, and then that's all I did with it. Now, an option that you do have is this leads ribbon. This is something that could be added on by your implementation specialist or account manager. Now, what is this for? If a customer is looking for a particular piece of equipment or part or item on your site and they can't find it, what this screams at your customer nicely is that, hey, we may not have this yet listed on our site. If you contact us, we may actually have it in our store and we just haven't had the time or the energy to put it on our site yet. So your customer goes, well, I can't find it, but it says can't find what you're looking for. What is this? They click on it, and it's a simple lead generation tool. So instead of losing that customer and then them just completely clicking off your site and going to a different dealership in the area that sells similar goods or equipment, you've now got their contact information and you can reach out to them and maybe help them out. Just a way of retaining their information and their attention for a longer time to hopefully serve their needs. Now, let's get into specifics. How and why did I create these links that you see over to the left of home? First, I kind of already told you why. I wanted the focus of this site to be purely on used or pre-owned equipment. Now, why did I use pre-owned instead of used? Easy. According to multiple studies that have been done, people are far more likely to click on something that says pre-owned than used. Used, for some reason, nowadays has a negative connotation to it. Now, obviously, you are not going to list all of these industries. I took each major industry that ARI serves and created a pre-owned equipment for each one of these links. And then underneath each one of these links, I took what is perceived as some of the most popular selling brands of these specific equipment types and listed them underneath. For instance, one of the top selling snowmobiles in the United States is Polaris. The top selling ATV, of course, according to what I found, is from Articat, UTV from Yamaha, street bikes and cruisers, or V-twin as they may be labeled on some sites, belongs to Harley for the most part. And then Yamaha dirt bikes are within the top 3 selling brands of dirt bikes on the planet. Now, if someone simply wants to see all of my pre-owned power sports equipment and they don't want to get this specific, they can jump into here, use the combination, the filters and search that's on those inventory listing pages to get to what they want. So let's go ahead and jump in there. Now, as I was just saying, you can use any combination of the search bar, the selectable filters that you have over to the left, and this sort by feature to lead people to exactly what you want them to see. For this one, what I did is I pulled up all of my pre-owned inventory. Then when I went and I said, okay, what particular types of units are considered in the power sports realm? I went through and selected all of those. Then I said, okay, do I want to feature all the particular brands? In this case, yes. But if I wanted to even narrow it down even further and I only wanted to show Yamaha power sports units of all types, I certainly could. All of that to say that once you have reached exactly what you want to show to customers in this link, it's simply a matter of going up into your address bar, copying everything after the .com and / all the way over to the right, jumping back to your editor, going into Site and Navigation. Once you get into navigation, if you were creating these links from scratch, and I have covered this in more detail in a previous shorter video, but essentially if you want it to be a main link like pre-owned power sports or home or manufacturer's brochures or about us, the link that they say first when the page loads before you hover your mouse over anything, you'd be using new navigation link to create a parent page. And if you wanted it to be one of these child pages that appears underneath one of these parent links, you would go to the parent link that you want to have that child, go to the far right and click on plus child. Now our pre-owned power sports is right here, so we'll click on edit. So here's what I did. By default, this will be set as site page. Now because you're applying all these different filters and changes to what is essentially the stock information that your customer would see, you're going to immediately change over to custom URL. Once you've done that, paste your link into this line. Then you'll want to change the link name. Now in this case, since it is all equipment underneath that power sports industry, I just simply called it pre-owned power sports. I use the same general method to create every single one of the child links that you see underneath pre-owned power sports, pre-owned marine, pre-owned OPE, pre-owned agricultural tractors, and of course all pre-owned inventory. The next thing that I want to talk about is the language that you use in all of these links. Now when I say all of these links, I mean the navigation, I mean your offers, I mean your CTAs, and your product groups, and your logo bar. Oh, and also any hyperlinks that you put like this one in your opening paragraph. Now one thing that I was not aware of, even though I've been doing this for 6 years, with the example of pre-owned power sports, I had no idea that UTV was the exact same thing as side-by-sides. Now, choosing your language that you're going to use for these links and what you call them really does matter. For instance, in your region of the country, they may not call them ATVs. They may call them four-wheelers. Take a general reading and listen to what your customers call different pieces of equipment. If there's a particular verbiage that they use whenever they come in, when they're generally speaking about a product, use that verbiage. It just makes it all that much easier for your customer to get to the piece of equipment that they want to look at on your site. One of the other examples that I can think of is by default on most of our sites, this will be a services button. I had a gentleman down in southern Louisiana area that changed that services to repairs. Now that seems like a simple change, but the amount of requests that he got in the next following 3 months after he made that change went up by about 11.5%. That's a big jump, a considerable jump. And literally all he didn't change where the service is linked to. He didn't change anything else about it. He didn't even change the location of it on the bar. All he did was change the name. So that's just to say that it really does make a difference. The final thing that I want to talk about is really dig into the sales numbers that you have for your business. Figure out where your most profit is. Create links that will easily link people to that particular product that you already know is popular and will sell well. That's not to say that you want to ignore existing standardized links like going to all new inventory and all pre-owned inventory. That's not what I'm saying. But the ones that you really want to draw the most attention to, name them with regional language, because people, as I said in the last video, have a tendency to scan over pages from left to right, then they go in a diagonal pattern and then do left to right again. Anything that you want to draw the most attention to, put all the way over to the left that you see here. Initially, when your customer lands on your site, it will throw them a bit because they're used to seeing the order that's used on 80% of sites out there of having home, new equipment, pre-owned inventory, about us, services, and contact us. 80% of sites out there are using that, but that doesn't mean that it's the best to fit your business. I encourage you to look at all the information, look at your sales information, look at and get information and opinions from both your customers and fellow employees, and really rework your site and your links to fit the general message of your business and fit it so that it is easier for your customers to find what they're looking for on your site. That is pretty much all I have for you. Until I talk to all of you again, I'd really like to thank you for your valuable time in watching this second video in the series of tips and tricks. And until I see you on the flip side, good luck with your editor, good luck with your website, and good luck with your ARI experience.